What's up, everybody? Justin coming at you. So this is Life as a Personal Support Worker Part 2. Now, the last three topics I'm going to talk about, and in my first video, rewinding back here a little bit, I talked about being a personal support worker and going through the list of things and, etc. for being a personal support worker. A few other things I'm going to touch on and these are very important as being a personal support worker, especially if you're going out into the community, if you're working in long-term care or a hospital or whatever setting you're working in, is that when you are working with your clients, and let's say you're going to have clients who've had very successful lives, and you're going to have clients who've kind of muttered through and done the best that they can, and, you got to take it how it is. And you got to take both parties' advices. So what I mean is you have to make the best of the situation. So, for example, the first topic I'm going to talk about out of the three is your financial future. Now, you're going to have clients who saved RSPs, they've saved money, they've contributed to pension plans, they've had a plan for the future to save, and they're well off and they're really good in their retirement. And then you're going to have clients who don't know what the hell they're doing, and they're living off the government, and they're in a worse predicament than they were when they were working. And you have to remember something too, that these people have been there and done that. And you have to remember, but after the age of 65, unless you're supplementing for a part-time job, which a lot of us will probably have to do now, you're living off your pension, if you have one, if you're lucky to have one, or you're living off CPP by the time it kicks in. So, an old age pension once it kicks in. So you're not making much per month. And if you don't have any money saved up, you're living off nothing. So, unless you go back to work at 65, you're not going to have any income. And, your income's obviously going to be reduced once you're like 65, because they're going to take money off of those, pension plans because you're working, because you're supplementing. So what I'm trying to say is take your client's advice in the regard to finances very seriously, because you never know what's going to happen in the future, which is going to lead me into the second topic in a second. And what I'm going back and saying about finances is open an RSP or an RSP mutual fund. If you have a pension plan at work, contribute to it. If you have some money lying around, throw it in a tax-free savings if you absolutely have to. I don't really like those things, but they're around. Do something that'll make you interest. Even look at GICs and other ways to invest money. But always have a firm plan for the future, which is now bringing me into topic number 2, your health and your condition, which you see every single day with your clients. As we get older, our conditions deteriorate naturally, and most of the clients I deal with have had something bad happen to them, where they've had a fall, they've broken something, to having Parkinson's, to having a stroke, multiple sclerosis, the list goes on. And any given time in life, an illness can strap a hold of us. That's why you always got to have a plan, financially, and a game plan for the future, because you never know what's going to happen. And sometimes I deal with people that are smokers, people who have COPD, and I feel really bad for these guys, you know what I mean? Because you always got to have a plan for your health and an action plan in case anything happens. Make sure that you take care of everything that you need to take care of before anything happens, like funeral expenses, who's going to get the money, if there's going to be any money, who's going to take care of you. You want to get all this stuff ironed out by the time you're in your 50s, because that's most important. And your health can deteriorate at any time. So my best advice from my clients is always have a game plan. Which brings me to number 3, your weight, exercising, and eating healthy. My clients love to talk to me and tell me how good I look nowadays, the ones I've seen over the last number of years, because the ones I've worked with the longest that are still around, I've noticed that I have lost weight. Now, I used to be a guy back in 2011 who used to be about 260 pounds. After I broke up with my ex, I moved back home for a time, and I thought to myself, after having no energy and tired at the end of the day from not doing anything, I decided, after taking a couple of my clients' advices for a very long time with all this stuff, my health was very important to me at the time, and my exercise and eating healthy. So I started eating healthy. I cut out all kinds of that bad stuff and started eating lean, and started and I did away with alcohol completely for an entire year, believe it or not. And I saw incredible changes even the first couple months. You know, I lost like 15 pounds. I was exercising every day for about almost 2 hours a day at the gym, sometimes 2.5 hours. Cardio, then I was doing weights. I was just focused on I was focused more on cardio because I was, and like core exercises to get my weight down. I wasn't worried about bulking up, but I just wanted to get the weight off of me and feel better about myself by eating healthy. Wanted to look better, feel better, etc., etc. So, excuse me. So that's what I wanted to do. And it was all thanks to a couple clients of mine, though, too. And, you know, they even said to me, Justin, at my age, you know, you need to take care of yourself. And I said, you're absolutely right. So after the first year, it was awesome. You know what I mean? I noticed a huge transformation. I kept on going, and I'm still going. And you want to know something? I do go to the gym a few times a week, too. You know, I've kind of cut it back because I'm a little bit busier. And I eat healthy. And I will sneak the chips or chocolate bars once in a while too, or, you know, like a beer or a glass of wine. Hey, that's no big deal because I'm exercising, I'm eating healthy, and you know what? It's okay, because if I wasn't, that wouldn't be okay, because I'm not doing anything, but I am doing something. So always take your clients' advice when it comes to certain aspects in life, because they've been there and done that. And some of them will tell you don't end up like the way we've ended up, and some will tell you to keep going, do this, and you'll end up like us, because they've been well off. And everybody's done something in their lives to contribute to it to make it better. But, you know, there are things you can do in your life right now. So any of the topics that I've just mentioned, whether or not you're a PSW or a nurse or anybody else just watching this video, always remember, have a game plan, because your health is very important to you. Anything can happen. And most importantly, try to exercise and eat healthy as much as you can. And with the smoking, if you want to smoke, that's up to you. But just remember, if you ever see any of these COPD clients or emphysema clients that I have, or any of them who have any kind of cancer, you're gonna drop that cigarette and quit immediately, because, you know, anything can cause cancer nowadays too. But when you're on a breathing machine and you have COPD, it's one of the most scariest situations I've ever encountered. You know, when your lung capacity diminishes like that too, when you see that person, you know. But you know, coming from personal experience, I have never smoked ever since I was 21. I only smoked for about a year, which is good, because if I continue to smoke like a lot of people I do know, I probably would be not as healthy as today. And doing all the above I just mentioned, I wouldn't be as healthy as I am today. So you can take my advice, my client's advice, if you want to, by all means. You don't have to. I'm just pointing out to you, you know, you have to learn on the job. Take your health, take your eating habits, and everything else seriously. Finances seriously, because you never know. And in this day and age, you know, it's important. So as a personal support worker, those are the most important things I can tell that you need to watch out for. And also, watch your backs too, everybody, because workers' comp, personal support workers are one of the most probably in the top 3 to 5 working individuals who get hurt the most on the job, is what I've heard. So, and especially with the back. So remember that one. If you hurt your back, you're not going to be able to do number 2 and number 3. You're not going to be able to worry about your health really that long, and your future game plan's kind of out the window. So you have to worry about recovering. So number 1, savings is important, and that's why I have listed that as number 1. Savings, and saving for your future, because if you get hurt on the job, it's over. Your career as PSW is over, and then you have to go into something else. And it might not pay as good, or you might not have the benefits that you did have before. So remember that one. Anyways, folks, comment in the comment section below. I like to hear your comments. Keep watching my videos. Don't stop. And remember, for all those personal support workers out there, practice safe lifting and take my advice and my client's advice. If your client tells you something, listen to them, because they've been there and they've done that. And they're just trying to help you out because you're young in their eyes, and they want to make sure you succeed. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good one. I will talk to you all soon. Later for now.